Okay, our pasta salad is almost ready. I have cooked the pasta and I have chopped all the fresh vegetables. It already looks so colorful and delicious.
It looks amazing. I'm getting very hungry. Is there anything else I can do to help?
There is just one final, very important ingredient that we need to add. I bought a jar of these delicious sun-dried tomatoes in oil. I think they will add a wonderful, rich flavor to the salad.
That is a great idea. I love sun-dried tomatoes.
The only problem is I cannot open the jar. I just tried, and the lid is completely stuck. These new jars are always sealed so tightly.
A stubborn jar. That is a classic kitchen problem. Here, let me try. I am pretty sure I can open it for you.
Are you sure? It is on very, very tight. I do not want you to hurt yourself.
Please, I insist. I am the official jar opener in my own apartment. My muscles are made for exactly this kind of challenge. Pass me the jar. This will only take a second.
Okay, here is the jar. Be careful, I do not want you to strain anything.
Do not you worry about me. I have a special technique. It is all about brute force. I will just use my incredible strength to twist this lid right off. Here I go.
You are making a very determined face. Is it moving at all?
Not yet. It is just a little stiff. I just need to apply a bit more pressure. I am using all of my power now. Come on, you stubborn lid. Open!
Mark, your face is turning bright red. Are you okay? Maybe you should stop before you hurt your hand.
I cannot believe it. The lid has not moved at all. Not even 1 millimeter. It is like it is welded shut.
I told you it was on very tight.
I have to admit defeat. The brute force method has failed. The jar is stronger than I am. I feel very humbled. My muscles are useless.
Please do not feel bad. It is not just about strength. I think we need a smarter strategy. We need to use our brains, not just our muscles. I think the main problem is not a lack of strength. It is a lack of grip.
A lack of grip? What do you mean by that?
I mean that the metal lid and the glass jar are both very smooth and slippery. It is difficult for your hand to get a good, firm hold on the lid to be able to turn it effectively.
That is a very good point. My hand just keeps slipping when I try to twist it. So we need to find a way to improve our grip.
Exactly. I have an idea for our first attempt at a smarter solution. We can use a dry kitchen towel.
A kitchen towel? How will that help?
If you wrap the towel around the lid, the texture of the fabric will provide more friction. Friction is the force that stops things from slipping. The towel should give your hand a much better grip on the smooth metal lid.
More friction, better grip. I like this scientific approach. Let's try it. I will wrap this dry towel tightly around the lid.
Make sure you have a firm hold on the glass jar with your other hand.
Okay, I am ready for attempt number 2. I am twisting now, using the towel for extra grip. It definitely feels like I have a better hold on it, but it is still not moving. I am twisting as hard as I can.
Still no luck?
No, the towel method has also failed. This is the most stubborn jar in the history of the world.
The towel did not work. But I think the theory was good. We just need to find a material that provides even more friction than a cotton towel.
A material with more friction. What else do we have in the kitchen?
I have another idea. What about a pair of rubber gloves, the ones we use for washing dishes?
Rubber gloves. Of course. Rubber is a very high-friction material. It is designed to grip things. That is a brilliant idea.
I will just get them from under the sink. They are clean and dry. Here, try putting one on your twisting hand.
Okay. The rubber glove is on. It feels like I am a surgeon, preparing for a very difficult operation. The patient is the jar of sun-dried tomatoes.
Dr. Mark, we are ready for you to proceed with the operation.
I am ready. I have a firm grip on the jar, and the rubber glove is holding on to the lid perfectly. There is no slipping at all now. I am twisting with all my might.
Is it moving? Is it working?
I really thought it was going to move that time. I gave it everything I had. But no, the jar remains stubbornly, defiantly closed.
I cannot believe it. Even the rubber glove method failed. This is becoming a real challenge now. It is a battle of wits between us and the jar, and at the moment, the jar is winning.
I am not ready to give up yet. I have just remembered another trick. It is an old method that my grandmother used to use.
A secret technique from your grandmother? I am very interested. What is it?
It is what I call the percussion method.
The percussion method. That sounds very dramatic. Does it involve hitting the jar with a hammer?
Not quite that dramatic. It involves tapping the lid of the jar.
Tapping the lid. How does that help?
Well, new jars like this one are often vacuum sealed to keep the food fresh. A vacuum seal means that the pressure inside the jar is lower than the pressure outside the jar. This pressure difference is what holds the lid on so tightly.
So we need to break that vacuum seal.
Exactly. My grandmother used to say that if you tap the edge of the lid firmly a few times, it can create a small vibration that can be just enough to break that seal.
That sounds like an interesting theory, but are you sure it is safe? I am a bit worried you might hit the glass part of the jar and break it.
We have to be very careful, you are right. The trick is to only tap the metal lid, not the glass. You can do it by tapping the edge of the lid on a hard surface, like the countertop. Or a safer way is to use a tool, like the back of a spoon or a butter knife.
Using a tool sounds much safer than hitting the jar on the counter. I do not want our lunch to be covered in glass and sun-dried tomatoes.
I agree. I will use the back of this heavy wooden spoon. It is a solid and safe tool.
So what is the technique?
You just need to hold the jar firmly on the counter. Then you use the back of the spoon to give the very edge of the lid a few firm, sharp taps.
Should you just tap it in one place?
My grandmother's advice was to turn the jar and tap it in 3 or 4 different places around the circumference of the lid. This helps to break the seal more evenly.
Okay, be careful.
I am tapping now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am turning the jar as I do it. Did you hear that? On the last tap, I heard a very quiet little pop sound.
I heard it too, a little pop. That must have been the sound of the vacuum seal breaking. I think your grandmother's trick might have worked. This is very exciting.
I think so too. Okay, the seal is broken. Now, I will try to twist the lid again. I will use the rubber glove for extra grip. Here I go. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
It is still not opening.
It is still completely stuck. The pop must have been my imagination. I think this jar is a fortress.
Okay, the percussion method did not work. I think it is time to bring out the final, most powerful weapon in the war against stubborn jars.
Is there another weapon? I feel like we have tried everything.
We have one final option. It is the option that almost never fails. We are going to use science. We are going to use the power of physics.
Physics? How is physics going to help us open a jar of tomatoes?
We are going to use a principle called thermal expansion.
Thermal expansion. You are using a lot of big words today, Anna. You will have to explain.
It is a very simple concept. When you heat things up, they expand or get bigger. When you cool them down, they contract or get smaller.
I remember learning that in school. But how does it apply to our jar?
Well, our jar is made of two different materials. We have a glass jar and we have a metal lid. The important scientific fact is that metal expands more quickly than glass when it is heated.
So if we heat up the jar, the metal lid will expand more than the glass jar?
Exactly. The metal lid will become slightly bigger, which will make it looser and easier to unscrew. It is a very effective method.
Using heat to make the lid expand. That is a brilliantly clever idea. It is the smartest idea we have had so far. So how do we do it safely?
It is very simple and safe. We are just going to use some hot water from the kitchen tap. We do not need boiling water. Just the hot water from the tap is enough.
And what is the procedure?
The procedure is to hold the jar upside down, so the lid is at the bottom. Then you just run the hot water over the metal lid for about 30 seconds to a minute.
So the hot water only touches the metal lid, not the glass jar.
That is the most important part. We want to heat the lid, but we want to keep the glass jar cool. This maximizes the difference in expansion. If you get the glass jar very hot, it could become a thermal shock risk and could crack.
Okay, so only on the lid. I will do it now. I'm holding the jar upside down and I am running the hot water directly onto the metal lid. I will do this for about 30 seconds.
Perfect. That should be long enough.
Okay, the lid is now nice and warm.
Now, you just need to dry the lid and the jar very carefully. We do not want them to be slippery. Then, for maximum power, you should wrap the lid in the dry kitchen towel for that extra grip we talked about. This is the moment of truth. This is our final attempt.
The scientific method with the added power of the grip method. I feel very confident. I am holding the jar. I am twisting the lid. I heard another pop, and it is turning! It is turning! I did it! It is open!
You did it! We did it! Victory is ours!
We have finally defeated the stubborn jar.
I feel like I have just won an Olympic medal. That was a real battle. But our combination of science, logic, and teamwork has finally succeeded. I am so relieved.
Me too. Now we can finally have our delicious sun-dried tomatoes. It is amazing how such a small, simple problem can be so frustrating.
It is, but it was also a very interesting learning experience. We tried so many different methods. Let's do a quick review.
A review of our jar-opening journey. I like it.
So, method 1 was brute force. That was a complete failure. Method 2 was the kitchen towel to improve the grip. That was also a failure.
Method 3 was the rubber glove for even better grip. Also a failure.
Method 4 was your grandmother's percussion method, tapping the lid. Another failure on this particularly stubborn jar.
And method 5, the final successful method, was your scientific hot water method, using the principle of thermal expansion.
And we combined it with the towel method for extra grip. It was the perfect combination of strategies. I think we have created the ultimate guide to opening a stubborn jar.
We should write a book about it. The physics and philosophy of opening jars.
I think it would be a bestseller. Well, now that the great battle is over, we can finally finish making our pasta salad.
We can. I will just get a fork and take some of these delicious sun-dried tomatoes out of their glass prison.
They look and smell amazing. They will be the perfect finishing touch for our salad.
I have to say, after all that work, I think these are going to be the best-tasting sun-dried tomatoes in the history of the world.
I agree. The effort makes the reward taste so much sweeter. It is a good metaphor for life, isn't it?
It is. The most difficult challenges often lead to the best results.
Well, thank you for being my jar-opening hero, Dr. Mark. Your strength and your grandmother's wisdom were very valuable.
And thank you for being my physics professor, Professor Anna. Your scientific mind saved the day. It was a true team effort. Now, let's eat.